Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend. Thank goodness it's the weekend. I feel really exhausted today, although it's a beautiful day, and I had a lot of plans of things I was going to catch up on and do, and I just haven't made much progress because I feel unbelievably as if I'm getting another cold, even though I've just recovered from bronchitis. I don't feel really bad with cold, but I just feel really tired. So I've literally been napping and reading and resting. And sometimes we just have to let ourselves do that if we possibly can. And I'm lucky that I could today. So that was good. I have had a really busy week, which means I'm behind on opening the Advent drawers. I'm having to look at my watch. It's the 13th today, and I believe the last one we opened was the 10th. Let me just have a look. Yeah. So we've had 10. Let's go into the 11th, which is a small thin drawer with a pot of lip balm by Bamford, which is a range I've heard of. It's a British organic range. I bought my mum, actually, some products from them. So I know they're good. I don't know. Let's open this one. Yeah, it's not fragranced. We can always do with a lip balm, actually. I have to say, while I was lying prostrate on my bed this morning, I was flicking around the internet, as you do, and wasting a lot of time. And although I'm trying to cut back on my spending, I don't know if you've noticed this. If you look at Instagram now these days, as well as the people you follow, you get an awful lot of ads. And of course, they're very much geared to the last thing you've bought, even though not from anything on Instagram, but they know about it, or the things you like. So there are all sorts of tempting ranges and offers. And this one was for a company called Paul and Joe, which is a French fashion company that I do like. I haven't bought anything from them for years now. And they do a makeup range, which is very vintage. They were doing the vintage look long before Charlotte Tilbury did it much more commercially. And the other thing I like about them, being a mad middle-aged cat lady, although I haven't got a cat at the moment, is a lot of the designs feature cats, including the lipsticks that, instead of having a smooth bullet, have a little cat's head. So that's the background. And they were advertising an Advent calendar that had been, obviously now, because we're well into Advent, much reduced, which had some beautiful products. I wasn't tempted to, well, only tempted for a minute to buy the Advent calendar for next year, but I was looking at their hand creams and lip balms, which were flavoured with things like cannelle, which is like a cinnamon bun. It's a more cakey thing. It's a French thing. Very nice. And tarte tatin. So I really nearly ordered, and I stopped myself. Well, I certainly don't need a lip balm now, do I? And don't forget, we looked at the Lip Saviour oil earlier on, which I've only used it twice. It's very nice. I like it. Very moisturising, and it stays for a little while, which is good. So much for the 11th and my wasting my time looking at Paul and Joe and your time telling you about it. And let's look at the 12th, which is, unless I'm much mistaken, a fragrance. Right, all covered in. Haven't heard of this range at all. Let me get my glasses on. Buenos Aires is what it's called. Eau de Parfum by Gallivant. Sounds French. Who knows? Oh, made in the UK, so not. Gallivant. Have to look them up. Nice little chunky bottle. Let's unscrew and... Oh, it's a spray. Try and smell. This will be a test of how bad my incipient cold is. Yeah, I can smell. Oh, but what? Spicy floral would be my initial reaction. Of course, these things dry down, so you can tell very little from the first spray. And as I say, my nose is a bit compromised. It's certainly pleasant. I can't say more than that at the moment. Am I going to love it? Who knows? I don't need to. Oh, there's a bit of patchouli coming through. You know how I feel about patchouli. Although I do like some perfumes that have patchouli in, so it's all in the mix. Yeah, we'll talk about that another time. I mean, I'm not going to turn my nose up, literally, at a free fragrance. I need to talk to you about fragrances, really, because I've got quite a few new ones going now. So where are we? That was the 12th. 13th. Where's the 13th? Ooh, a little one. A very little one. Up here. Oh, another favourite. This is a really good advent calendar for me. Okay, never heard of this brand, Cure Bazaar nail varnish, but look at the colour. That is a bit of a dupe for Rouge Noir. It's lighter than Rouge Noir. My all-time very favourite nail colour. I'm reminding myself I haven't worn it for a long time, and now's the time of year when I like to wear it, although I like to wear it when my nails are a bit shorter. That's very nice. I tend not to wear much polish now, apart from Hermes or Chanel, of which I have hundreds of Chanel, as you know, quite a few Hermes, and they're good polishes. I also have quite a lot of Nails Inc., which is a British firm. I think they're good polishes. They're a lot cheaper. I have a couple of Christian Louboutin that I've been given, 3 or 4 actually, which I also use. And that's about it, really. Yeah, so maybe I'll give this away, but I don't know who to, so I probably will use it with my toes. So this continues to be a really nice advent calendar. I really do feel spoilt with these products. I'm using the Cult 51 night cream most nights. It sinks in very quickly. And actually somebody complimented my skin yesterday. It couldn't be this because I've only been using it for a week. Maybe it's the LED mask. What else have I been using? I've been using the eye elixir that we got very early on. That's in the bathroom. And of course, I've been using the Aromatherapy Associates Refresh bath oil. I used it this morning because I had a bath first thing. So it's really nice to treat myself with those new products, or rather be treated from this calendar. So I hope you are all well. I hope you're not coming down with colds, flu or whatever. A lot of people are walking around with masks on the tube. So we've got a kind of touch of the pandemic look, but then other people are all sneezing without even putting their hand over their mouths. There was a guy on the train, one of the trains I was on yesterday, with a small child, and the pair of them were sneezing their heads off repeatedly and neither bothering to put their hand over their mouth. So I glared at them, but being British, I didn't say, I'm getting out of here. There we go. I hope you're doing well. You're in a better mood than I am, that you're getting lovely things in your advent calendar if you've got one. Thanks to those of you who commented and particularly offered tips and tricks and advice. Always like to see what you're using and hear how you use it. and I will speak to you all hopefully tomorrow. Until then, bye for now.